I just finished spending some time in prayer, and I'm getting ready to do my Bible study for the morning. It's Saturday morning, and you can see somebody needed a little mommy time. So she is all cuddled. She went outside and it was cold out and it was rainy, so she's needing to cuddle with her mommy. So yeah, the fur baby is getting her mommy time. So here is breakfast. There it is there. There's my tea brewing, and I've got hash browns with onion and, potato and onion, and then low salt bacon, and these are Swedish pancakes, which are similar to a crepe, but I made them with, instead of using sugar, I used equal. And the syrup that I've got is a sugar-free syrup. So we have kind of a brunch a lot of times on Saturday, and then we have a light dinner. That's why I'm eating as big of a breakfast as I am. I am working on finishing up these bags. This one's the one for me, and the ribbon had some like snags, but the snags are like on the inside here. So finish that one. I do need to iron. You can see it's got a crease across here, so I need to iron that. But this one's done, and the brown ones are done. The one on the top here I don't have ribbon for, but I was reinforcing like the part right here where the seam is. So doing that, and I've got a few over here to work on as well. Alright, to do this, I am going to use one of these little ladder stitches that are in here, and I go down through the ladder, grab yarn from underneath, pull it up, and pull it through the loop. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put it in, grab, and pull it through the loop. And I'm going to be doing that all the way up. I just finished the orange one, so you can see it's gone all the way up, and now I'm working on the gray one here. It is finished, and I have it completed. I have the buttons attached, and whoops, I forgot to remove a little marker here. Need to take that off. I put removable stitch markers to measure where my buttons were going to go before I attached them. And I have the lines done here, and the ends are woven in, and the neckline here is probably about 6 inches bigger around from here to here than it was before. So it should fit just the way I want it to. I thought I would show you what it normally looks like when I am podcasting. I'm getting ready to film a tutorial for my work, so that's where I sit. There's the wall of loveliness, Yeah, there's my yarn. So I sit in front there, I sit at the end of the bed, and because I'm doing a tutorial and I need a flat surface, I pulled out my blocking boards and have that sitting across there with the computer. That round thing is the light that sometimes I use it, but sometimes I don't, but I might need it for just lighting up the board. And then it's going to be my mitered lace dishcloth pattern, and so I've got the yarn sitting there and my notes. So this is what it typically looks like. And there you can see there's the front of the bed, and this thing here is the boom stand that has an arm and carries it across. So the little thing dangling down, this is one of my other cameras right here. So this was my original camera. So I will be tipping it down for the actual video. So there it is, my quote, filming studio. Hello, I thought I would share a recipe with you today, and I know some of you are probably laughing hysterically. Katrina's sharing a recipe. If you've been watching for any length of time, you would know that cooking's not my strong point. So, oh, and look at all the face breakout nasty, ugh. Yeah, you'd think I was past these teenage years, but I guess I'm young at heart. Anyway, let's take a look at what I'm making. It's called stuffed pepper stew. It's pretty much a deconstructed stuffed pepper. So let's look at it. I'll get the camera turned around and show it to you. The things you're going to want is about a pound of ground beef. Now I boil my ground beef so I can drain off the majority of the fat, and then you break it up relatively small. And to that we are going to add, I have about probably about 1 small onion chopped up and green peppers to taste. So I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put 1 can of tomato sauce or tomato puree. This is a large can, it's a 28 ounce. And then I'm going to add some beef broth. I'm using au jus from Campbell's just because that's what I had in the house. But normally you add beef broth, and so I'll probably have to add a little bit of water to this because this is a little stronger than your average beef broth. A couple dashes of Worcestershire and some minced garlic. If you have fresh garlic, you can use that. And then over here I have about 2 cups of prepared rice, and it's all going to get dumped into the pot here. Couple shakes of the Worcestershire. And some minced garlic. I'm going to stir all this together. And you can add more or less green peppers, depends on whether you like it or not. And to that, I'm going to dump the rice in. And then you're just going to cover this and just let it simmer for about 10 minutes and it'll be ready to go. So this is what it looks like mixed up, and I have now turned the stove up to medium, and I'm just going to let this cook down a little bit because it's a little liquidy. Right now it's the consistency of soup, and we want it to be more the consistency of, you know, like a chowder or a stew. So I'm just going to let it do a little cooking down, and I'll let you see what it looks like before we eat it. Here it is about 10 minutes later, and we're going to get ready to serve it up, and you can top it with cheddar cheese and sour cream if you like it. So you can see how far down it's reduced, about an inch on the edge there. So, yummy, yummy, and I didn't burn it. Dave says thank you. Thank you. I'm listening to a podcast and editing the show and tell segment for this next week. So I actually, in case you didn't know what I use an old copy of Windows Movie Maker from like 2012 because I don't like the 2010 one. And so yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.